There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of promise from them. So welcome my life without again.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris who make you I can't Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes I know money, emu aye yo. And you love me, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle Rider, Lofa, and Grand Bazaar.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle Rider, Lopa, and Grand Bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we're giving a real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandpa to Nima to Lupa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombay, Kidman, Maserati, Sandro to Bakoli, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
If the roads give us job. Look, since we had military since 1847, we've never had a military hospital. We are now building the first military hospital. In fact, the roof is on top of it as we speak, under this president. You know how you have, you people get something in Nigeria like the Federal Police Secret Service. We have our own here, they call it NSA, National Security Agency. Ever since this country been founded, they have been renting in one building up Mama Point. If you like, I will tell you there right now. It's this president that is building a new building in his second year on 10 acres of land. Over 75 offices. I'm not talking about command and control center. Since this country was founded, it's the first time in his second year that we are paying our wise fees. You know, you have the West Africa examination thing.
Why?
Yes, we are paying for, the government is paying for the students' fees.
Now,
even Nigeria, they don't have tuition-free universities and colleges. In this country, under this president, in the second year, we have tuition-free universities and colleges. As poor as we are, can you imagine that? Okay. So think about it for a second. How do we pay all the money here, my brother? It means we have to cut down on the chicken feet, cow foot, and pig feet in one soup. You should eat just pig foot.
Now so we don't understand. So I feel you now. So
since 1847.
Well, there you have it. Since 1847, according to the LBS boss, you know, by that time, that video, in fact, we will do most of these things and we will play most of these videos, you know, to tell you how our leaders, the people that some of us we trust so much, the people in whom we believe so much, the people that we think that will transform our lives, you know, that will make our lives better. That video you just watch, those of you who are watching and following us, first of all, good evening. Sorry that if I will come in a little bit late because of the weather condition here in Liberia. So sometimes we got to be between the weather and so forth. But again, it's good that we are on the 1st of November, the 11th month. And the year we made the same 2025 is good. How many more days to go into 2025? Is that 60 more days? Yes, yes. Those of you who are mathematicians, 60, yes. Either 61 or 60 more days to go into, in fact, then we'll be climax in 2025. And we'll be welcoming 2026. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, based on your location. And I don't know exactly where all of you, while you're watching at phone. I don't know where you're watching from China, or you're watching from the US, or maybe somewhere around in Europe, or better still, you are here in Africa. Let me say good evening to all of you, our dear channel listeners, our followers, those of you always burning your batteries and all your data in making sure that you follow all of our broadcasts from Monday straight to Saturday. Good evening again. Today is Saturday, the 1st of November. Please share the show. Those of you who just joining, there are so many calls back to back. Maybe what happening? Maybe we not coming home. Maybe the one who come here will say you support the show. You don't want to do. You see, even tomorrow the deacon will be going to church. You don't even get time for all. But you want us, yeah, you know. But that's the beauty of life. Every time we come here, we say support these platforms, because if you don't do, these politicians, they will not support, because they already see us already as threat to them, as people who are not downing and whining with them, who are not buy into their lies, you know. So they will not want to, yeah, you know, give us that support. So when you, your little 1 cent is important. Let me tell you, maybe you don't know. Your 1 cent, your $1 is important to us, because why? They will, in fact, they will even transport us, buy us data for us to get to places, for us to even come to work. So that's why when we come here, we say, yeah, do something for the basket you get there. Some of you, we didn't get time for that. And you go and apply for. Yes, we are still here. You like, you give us, we will appreciate you. The day you don't have, even if you come here, we stay here. If you want to support us, we are grateful. If not, we are still grateful to you even for watching. So again, folks, good evening. Steve will soon join us very soon. The rest of the team will be here with us. It's not easy, indeed. It's indeed interesting. Out there, those of you who are watching, it is indeed interesting that the politics of our time is getting interesting day by day. That's why you see some of the videos that are coming out, and more video will come out from the archive. Actually, call those of you who sometimes place the videos into your file or whatsoever places that you may place some of the video, because this video will speak truth to power and will tell the kind of leaders, the kind of people you go around, the kind of people that you associate with, the kind of people that you have trust in, that you think that we are the problem. Some of you know how you think. Oh, the media is the problem. You people are not saying this, but you have a bunch of corrupt people. You have a bunch of people who feel that they only want to steal from the society. They want to get rich. They want to buy things for their children, put money in a cover for their children. While you and myself, we are alive, we struggling. The people, they are making everything possible for their great-grandchildren. But when we come here to expose these things, you get vexed. You say we are the problem. Like I posted last night, you know, there are a lot of people that are going through things, but they can't talk now, because when you talk, they will curse you. So there are a lot of people that are afraid of insults. But for some of us, we are already used to this thing. In fact, our back, I can tell you for free that some of us now, we will pass any kind of thing that you want to tell. In fact, you can bully me from now to even Judgment Day. I don't care. The only thing that I care about is better Liberia. You know, you can bully me. That's cool. If you bully people, or if you are insulting people, or if you have issues with people, blame the poor society. Blame those politicians that are what? That continue to steal from the society. So don't get angry with your brothers and sisters who want to bring out some of the ills, you know, who want to talk about these things that are affecting us as citizens, as people, young people, those of you who are students, body, you know, it's not easy. So, and they will do this thing to blind you so that you can know the real truth. That's what that, you know, And that's why when we talk about more videos will come out and you are taking the thing for a joke, we will play most of their videos. Those. It lead with you to believe. But the Bible said, know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. If you know the truth, you know that certain thing is not good, or this person is bad, or they are terrible, and you decide to interact with them or to be with them for the rest of your life, it's up to you. Who am I to stop you to say, no, don't do? No. I don't have power over that. I don't have control over that to tell you that don't interact with this person, or don't be with this person, or in fact, don't worship this person. It's up to you. But as far as we are concerned, we will tell you in fact, we'll bring out all of the truth, all of the ills, everything, the kind of thing that your people are into. And you will know what we head into as a society, the reason why we are poor, like people can always describe the church house rat. We are poor. But guess what? We are not poor physically. When you look at the people physically, you see them that they are poor. But it doesn't mean that the country is poor. No. We have money. Yes, we have the money, we have everything, but yesterday we are poor because we have a bunch of what? Greedy people. Bunch of greedy politicians who think that the only thing they can do is to jump from place to place. When they jump from party A, they go to party B, you clap for them. When they jump from party C, they go to party D, you clap for them. Because for you, your own is just to vote. So your own part to vote. So these people, they already understand that your own have to change. That wait for 2029, but that 2029 finish, I mean, 2030, 30, 31, 32, 30, 34, 35. By 2035, and some people start saying, let's wait for 2035. God is God of time. Who are you waiting for that time? When the politicians, when they are not waiting, they are getting rich day by day. They are not waiting. Only you that are waiting for election time. By the way, people, good evening. I'm sharing the show. Please join us. I think some of you are watching some of the world news and you are seeing exactly what's happening in Tanzania. It's not easy though. The issue of elections results and accepting election results and allowing your political opponent to participate and fair results. And so all these things play a major role. That's why sometimes we'll come on a video one, all Liberians to say, yeah, thank God, even if you're a supporter of the previous government or not, but our former president should be given on the wall by all Liberians because to make us to go through a tiny election result speak volume. How many of us out there today that can even do that thing? How many of us today? Some of you, when they even give you live community something position, you don't want to move from. Yeah, but their life is just so interesting. And that's the fact. There are some of us, even when they give us community job, just imagine though, job temporary, in fact, class, I don't know, what you may call president, and you kind of people don't want to even move from there. Then a presidency where you have control over people, you have control over millions of people. That today, that when you go in, people giving way, who will want to do that? It take a human with heart who will sit down and say, no, people will not die because of me. Why would people die because of me giving power? Am I forced to rule people? Am I forced to continue maybe with the ruling? Or am I forced to be in a position? No. So these are hard that when you have, then you move on. By the way, let me see. I think Mr. Connor is here already. Yes, I think Mr. Connor is here. Yeah, I was sharing the show, people. Please help us share the show. I'm doing that. I've been doing that since we came on. We came a little bit late. So yeah, help us share the show. Mr. Connor will soon join us more. Steve and all the rest of the team will be here with us very, very soon. But please, let's share the show. Today is November 1. Happy New Month to all of you, our listeners, and our supporters, our fans, our well-wishers. Happy New Month to all of you. Mr. Connor, good evening and happy New Month and welcome to the Saturday edition of the Sktv show.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mabel. It's good to be here. It's a new month, it's a new day,
Mhm.
and we are praying that the new month brings all the good, and we hope that God will bless us with all the good things in this month and the months to come. And we hope our leaders will be guided properly and they will follow what is right and what is good for the country. Yeah, but it's good to be here. Um,
Yeah,
we are here,
wonderful.
we are
Mr.
here to
Let me
make
join you.
sure we shine
Mhm.
light on everything going on in the country. And we're also here to hold our government accountable and hold leaders accountable and continue to hold their feet to the fire.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Kane. So let me join you also to say yes, indeed. We wish all of our leaders, all of our people, all of the best. It's good to be alive, to see every month, every new month, especially. That's great. So to our people, yes, indeed, we want to say happy new month to all of you. And we hope and pray. I don't want to ask you this question, Mr. Kane, as to whether you have any resolution, because the time wait for no man. As to whether you are maybe gearing towards your time, or you already have that blessing before the year end, because time is man's worst enemy. But what say you?
Well, personally, I don't really focus on resolution because if I want to do that, then I'll have a lot to actually cover because I got a lot on my mind and there are many things that I want to see done. So in my personal life and political surgeon, the other things. So pretty much, I have a lot, in my mind, and I believe all we can do as human beings is to pray, you know, for a long life, for good health, and down the line, God will give you the opportunity to see more. Like the woman who sang that song, "Sushi Cassava Leaf." She said, "Bread
Mhm.
should not pray for a long fellow. The bread should pray for a long life. Once you live longer, the bread, the fellow will grow." So for us, we pray for a long life. We pray for good health. The most precious thing in this life is good health. When you are healthy, you live longer, everything else will fall in line. So yeah, I'm praying that this new month will bring good health. New year will bring good health. All the other things that we gotta fight it. We gotta fight to get them. And the only way you can fight, it must be healthy. It must be healthy. It must be alive. So yes, let's pray for long life, good health, and prosperity. And the only thing we can fight for right now is to live better life, healthier life, and be able to do other things. And everything else will fall in place. That's my belief. Good health first,
Indeed,
health
indeed,
last.
Mr. Khan. But follow up to this, Mr. Khan. Sometimes there are a lot of us. Time is our enemy, like as stated. But you will notice that we will give people position while these people they are enjoying and also preparing for their children. And we'll be telling them that okay, let's wait, or let's how long after your 9 years, in fact, we'll tell you from there, Mr. Khan, that look at the maybe let's use 1 or 2 minutes of our time, maybe and and look at the issue of time. Time, I think we came on this eye for a purpose, or for us to all, maybe someone would say, for to live the life that God wants us to live on the earth, enjoy all of the best. But then, Mr. Connor, especially for Africa and that of Liberia, we always seeing that only few of people will continue to enjoy the country resources, while the rest of the people are always waiting for time. I don't know which one of the time that they are waiting for.
Yeah, so that's why time is very important, but everybody, you live within the time you're going to live. You have you have particular times wherein you can make decisions that can shift the direction of your life. But if you don't value those times, those moments, and they pass by, it takes more time to get back to where you were. Sometimes some of those opportunities you may not even get it again. So when you have the opportunity to make decisions that will shift your life, that will have impact on you, on your life, you should make good use of it. So yes, there are times where we, make decisions that will affect our life and affect other people's life. But every time you have the opportunity to make good decision or to make decision that will impact your life and the life of other people, you always do what is right. Don't do it through emotion. Don't allow yourself to be controlled by anybody, to be being watched. Carefully examine your decision. Put into account your what is in it for you, what is in it for your children, and what is in it for the posterity unborn. So if you are attentive about what you do, and you put into account, you value what it entails, definitely will do the right thing and make the right decision. But many of us in Liberia, Melbourne, we don't really make decisions based on our own conviction or what is good for us. Most of our people are brainwashed. They do something, most of them are like, some of them are like group thinkers, right? So say one, so say all. Or this mindset that this is us. Whether it's good for everybody, but one of the few people who are leading this few days, everyone just follow, which is not good. So when you have time to make decisions that will impact your life and the life of other people, the best you can do, pray for God guardian, and you yourself don't rush into making decisions. Don't make decisions based on emotion. Think through it. Look at the present and the future impact it's going to have on you. And once you make a decision based on that, maybe you can't get it wrong. But if you are emotional and allow yourself to be controlled by people or barely driving, if your focus is on about, your stomach, then that's a problem. That's what I think.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Kana. Sometimes I like some of these kind of more talk because it sometimes open the minds of our people and sometimes educate most of our people. So, like, the reason why I'm asking the question about Tobias is that because to even look at 9 years of your time, Mr. Kana, and give it to someone, is that not an insult, or what the purpose for which that you are giving your time? Because mind you, time is important. That you're giving 9 years of your time, Mr. Kana, to one person to enjoy. Because most of the leadership is just about all enjoyment. No matter even if you say pro bono, they will say enjoy. But Mr. Kana, to look at your time, 9 years of your time, and give it out to someone, is that not an insult, or what really? What is the purpose for that, Mr. Kana? Then maybe they can transition to Steve.
Yeah, before I respond to that, Steve, I want to say welcome. What's up? What's going on? How are you doing?
Yes, I think it was miscommunication because I was getting ready until Melbourne and I spoke about the technical difficulties that we had. So we were a little apprehensive if we were going to come on that. So folks, that's part of the reasons I'm a little late here, but good to be here. And it's good to be back.
Thank you. So yeah, maybe can you go back to your question so that I can?
Yeah. So my question that why would someone want to give 9 years of their time to one individual to enjoy, or to have free ride, live with it, have all of the best of life, live all of the miserable life, and so forth? Why is that an insult to time, or what really wrong, Mr. Kana? Because sometimes we see it in a common. Because even 5 years, like some of the equipment I'm using here today, the manufacturer after 5 years, Steve, they are no longer. In fact, they even transition. That's why you see sometimes we always changing equipment, because after every 5 years they will transition to another thing. But for us here, We give people in fact years, like there's something that we are keeping somewhere.
Yeah, so those things are those are the beauty of life. In a country, for one person to be given time, 9 years of your life to make decision on behalf of your country that will impact your life, those things are constitutional. Those things are organic laws that we ought to adhere to. The only thing or the only problem that we always see is that everybody should play by the rule. Everybody should also respect their side of the law. The people, per the Constitution, they allow and accept one person to make the decision for all of us. But normally, from a moral standpoint, if everybody play by the rule and you listen to your people, you put it into account in every decision you make, you consider them, then definitely you will do what is right. Maybe people always play their part of the bargaining. They respect their ideas, but the people who are given the opportunity, they are not playing by the rule. They are not respecting the people and the laws that actually give them that opportunity. Otherwise, the laws allow you to select one person to make decisions for everybody that will impact your life and your children. But when that person gets the power, as for them to do the right thing for the people, they will go ahead and focus on themselves and their family, forget everybody else that participated in giving them that power. So if everybody can play by the rule, respect the Constitution, that's where rule of law comes in. Everybody can play by the rule, respect the Constitution, the right of other people, then the country will be, and the world will be a better place. But unfortunately, that's not how it looks like in our country and other countries that are bad leaders. So until you can get leaders that will actually put the people in their decision making every time after assuming power, definitely the people will enjoy it. But yeah, it's always good to be here. We are here to discuss the important issues. So Steve, back to you, sir.
Well, thank you. Folks, help us to share the show. The one thing you asked a good question. I think it's an important question that we need to answer, all of us, as to why we give people 6, 9 years, especially the senators in the House of Representatives. We give them 9 years, only for them to come and enrich themselves. I think this is a good question. However, I also think we sometimes try to shield ourselves away from the fact that we don't want to include the people who are electing these people again, who are electing these characters. For example, Edwin Snow leaves from Monserrato, maybe District 6, and goes to Bombing. And he runs there. And the people in Bombing vote for him. But the people in Bombing saw the people in Monserrato, he didn't do anything for them. Thomas Fala, he leaves from Monserrato, goes to Lofa. The people in Lofa vote for him. And he didn't do anything for them. So let me be honest with you on the show. I'm not here to say, the people who get themselves 9, 6 years that they sing legislature, that they give it to themselves. But the people who have the ability to elect them, that the Liberian people. So this 1 year, it fall down on the Liberian people. They are the ones selecting batch. When I hear people say, every year, every election time, the people can elect, can move different group of senator, different group of representative, and elect a new set of them or whatever it is. The new set that they're electing, what are the criteria? The new one that they're electing, on what basis are they electing them? On what criteria or qualification are they electing them? What they are doing is they're recycling the same criminals and crooks. That's it. That is it. Nothing else. Imagine Jeremiah Kuhn hold somebody here and say the poor Nima vote and the poor Nima go and vote for that one. And you expect that one to come to the House of Representatives to kind of work for your people? He working for Jeremiah Kuhn. And Jeremiah Kuhn bad ball. So this is what the problem is. The problem is not with the lawmakers. The problem is with the people of Liberia. I will continue to say the voters, the people who got voting cards. Those are the people who got problems. The people who pass around and make excuses for these guys. The people who would take a motorcyclist and throw him on the floor and walk over his head, daylight, and kill him because he allegedly stole one motorcycle. But you get Thomas Falade and all the other men stealing millions of dollars. They can muster the courage to go to Thomas Falade's house, to go to Sir Joseph's house, to go to Jeremiah Kuhn's house, to go to all the other criminals, to go to Noble's house. They can muster the courage. Jelon Bay fence on top of your house. Why did not go intend to break the fence? Why did not break the fence down? So let me just be honest with you that the Labrador put a problem and it's sweet for them. I stand with the lawmakers. In fact, the lawmakers should get us 10 years, 12 years. I stand with them on this issue.
So on that note, Steve, let me ask the both of you. I don't know what you think. Last time I listened to anyway, before I ask the question, somebody asked Sekou how the CMC is doing. The show today is not about the CMC, but just out of respect, I will answer your question. The CMC is doing great. As a matter of fact, in the past 1 week, with some of the little noise we hear from here and there, it's turned out positive for the CMC. Do you know CMC recruited over 3,000 people from last Sunday to today? From last Sunday, 3,000 plus people. And majority of the people in Liberia, few in other countries, and just about few also in the United States. But yes, CMC is doing wonderful. And CMC, sometimes, maybe nobody want noise, nobody want negativity around, but sometimes some noise then can be good too. Because it's bringing a lot of people, bringing a lot of attention, and some people too, like some people are waiting to hear certain things before they can even jump on board. So CMC is doing great, and we are very happy at where we are right now and what we expect moving forward. That's about CMC. But yeah, we are doing great. Thank you so much for the question, Mr. What was his name? Brady? I forgot. I can't see the name anymore. But yeah. But thank you for your concern about the CMC. CMC is doing wonderful, and we are making progress, honestly. And we are very excited, to be honest with you. If you were in my position right now, you'll be dancing. But I can't because I'm on the show. But yes, indeed, Steve, the question I wanted to ask is that I listened to Honorable Musa Hassan Belete on the show the other day, on a different show. I think it was a closing argument. He talked about the idea of the tenure for president to be reduced to 6 years, to 4 years as opposed to 6 years. Tenure for representative to be reduced to 4 years as opposed to 6 years. Also, for the tenure of senator to be reduced to 6 years as opposed to 9 years. And this is something based on our polling in the past. This is something that Liberian people actually buy into. But now that it's coming from the leader of the CMC, do you think Liberian people will listen to this since they think this is something that they endorsed in the past? Or you think they will say, you know what? simply because they're coming from a political party or become from Musa ability, now we will not agree with it anymore. But when we talk about these things in the past, everybody from all walks of life, from all political parties, endorsed the idea. So do you think this is something that people will embark upon and support that idea and support the CMC based on that? Because people feel like lack of accountability, lack of the people being comfortable in their position for 9 years, for 10 years, they're using that as reason to enrich themselves and care less about what become of their life after the 9 years. You think they will support this, or they will refuse to support it because it's coming from ability? Steve.
Well, the first thing I wanted to start off from is a great suggestion, but this suggestion is not for the Liberian people, because unfortunately, most of the Liberian people don't have the balls to stand for what they want to, what's in their interest. You really think Richard Kuhn what got no other job but to be saying take it back all day? You really think Richard Kuhn interest to put that on the agenda to reduce the time to steal? You really think so? You really think normally can have Lawrence work for this thing to take her time down to 6 years as opposed to 9 years? You really think so? Mr. Kenneth? This is far-fetched. The only way that it can happen if the Liberian people got up and get in the street and say this is what we want, and it must happen in the next week or so. Anything outside of that is not going to happen. Musa Belede said like he can go stand or anywhere and talk about it. It will never happen because the people who have the mantle of authority now got no interest in that. In fact, if you get a chance, they got interest in increasing their time because it benefits them directly. It enables them to steal and so forth. So let's not waste our time. I'm not wasting my time with that. The Liberian people, Mr. Kane, let me say this. Everything that's happening in that country that is bad, I don't blame no politician. I don't blame no lawmaker. I don't blame nobody. I blame the Liberian people. They tolerate this. This is what they want. They accept this. They are open to this, and they're willing to do this. Can you imagine sitting and saying you're waiting for 2029 before you hold Joseph Boakai accountable? When your own constitution say, and I see somebody writing, oh, it is the media, Sonny, to advocate and educate the people. You know how many times we've educated these people? What have they done? You know what are some of the things we've said on this media? What have they done? What have they done? So this thing had nothing to do with the lawmakers here, Mr. Kane. So I'm not saying it's a bad proposal. I'm not saying this is not a good way to go. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying to you, and I'm saying to the rest of the people who are listening, until the Liberian people can muster the courage to stand up, whatever that whoever in power, whatever it is going nowhere. The Senate protest is not interested in that. So it's their point of rival.
So let me do a follow-up question to that. So what if this is done in a form of ballot initiative wherein you go around, you educate Liberian people, you have at least the needed signature to be placed on the ballot for a referendum before it can even be, before it can be taken to the House of the Representative or Senate for concurrence. So do you think if this initiative is taken by the Liberian people, or let's say by the CMC, to go to Liberian people around the country, let's forget the leadership right now, because they're not going to, support it. But if you see the Liberian people supporting it, I think they might fall in line. So do you think Liberian people around the country will buy into it if you take your time to go to them, to put a signature down that this is what they want? Because this is popular in the country.
Well, it's a good idea, Mr. Kane, what you're saying. This thing can be applicable in an awakening, sober, reflective, not myopic group of people or country. Not Liberia. If you move from there, you come with that signature. First of all, before you even get a signature from them, they'll ask you what you get for them. Oh yeah, you got to get something for them to sign. Leave that thing. They're not coming
for their own benefit.
Only that story, man. Mr. Kane, to get a signature, you got to make sure you mobilize them with something. It's not free. Their own signature, what will benefit them in the children in the end? It's not free. That's the first step. The second step behind that is when you gather all those signatures or whatever it is, it got to go to the same man who's in charge. They got to go on the floor. And Richard Kun will not leave here, take it back, to come look into putting signature to cut that time down. Richard Kun is not going to do that. I can tell you that. Normally, Kangalore is not going to do that. I can tell you that. Joseph Boaga will not approve of it. I will tell you that because you know what? Anything that they manage that in their interest that they can do so that they can fall in love with Joseph Boaga support it too. So at the end of the day, let me just be very honest with you, Mr. Kane. This is not a time to massage anything. This is not a time for diplomacy. This is not a time for, and let go collect signature and let go do the one, let go do that one. The Liberian people need to take it by force. And they get it ready to take it by force, the government will respond. Until they can get to take it by force, I can tell you the government will not respond. I can tell you Joseph Boaga, they don't respond to intellectualism. They don't respond to sound talking. They don't respond to anything. They respond to a certain thing, which is they respond to movements. And when you move, they will respond. So until the Liberian people move, you can rest so that Joseph Boaga will be eating show on there, Reggie will eat show on there, Yomli will eat show on there. So you go collect signature and see if it will go anywhere. You go collect it.
So let me just add up to you, my dear brother. I listen to Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan actually all of these things from time in and time out. These are things that some of us have been advocating for forever so long, because you can't come from war, then you have the kind of a system that have been around for a little time now. So, but there will be a lot of, the politics, Mr. Khan, the level of hatred that we have reached in the name of politics, I think it will be a waste of time. I know it's not coming from the power that be. And you're taking it from outside, you think that you don't want to bring it. They don't want you to take that glory or to take that or maybe praise it. So they will vote against. Can you imagine? Things that will make your life better, but because it's coming from party A or it's coming from this person, so you're voting against something just because it's not part of your party or it's not coming from your party. So to tell you how far we go as Liberians when it comes to politics. So for me, maybe the only civil society group that can really come to this and say, okay, yeah, for us, we're not for no political party, so we want all the people to come. Well, if it will work, but I'm just saying, but anywhere they think come from, the opposition, they will vote against it. Let me be frank. And the other group of people, they will either vote yes, the other group of people, they will vote no. For me, I'm still thinking about the kind of society that we live in, that we allow politics, Mr. Kane. Politics should be like, for example, if it is election year, then you do politics. But Mr. Kane will do politics from the day of election to the end of people annotating or their time ending. No, Mr. Kane, we setting the stage for the politicians, the stage just stay there to continue to get rich. And it make them happy, it make them rich. We at the end of the day, it's the poor people that will struggle because they always more in the water. So for me, it's a good idea. But no matter how you want to campaign, no matter how many signatures you will get, no matter what you will do, at the end of the day, the current people also campaign against you. They will say yes or no. And people will vote, say no, say yes, say yes. At the end of the day, all your efforts, everything go free. But again, let's try, let's see, and let's talk about it, and let's do everything that we think will cool so that the life of our people can change. But our people too, they are the problem, as they stated. For me, they are the problem because they don't even know what they want. They allow politicians to brainwash them all of the time. Things are good for them that will better their life. They say no. They will follow beyond one politician who will continue to brainwash them. So yes, Mr. Kane is a good team, but it's difficult. From all indications, I can tell you for free. That yeah.
Back to you guys. I want you guys to answer that question. Steve, yeah, you can take over.
Yeah. So like I was saying to you and the rest of the folks. So that's where we are, folks, with that whole thing. Yesterday we started a conversation with the oil black. We started a conversation with the oil black that is being sold to this Nigerian guy. Fanatikova has been sounding the alarm. I just want to give my take on it really quick, and I'll probably get a take from Mr. Kane and Monk here, and Mr. Monk Milborn. I want to give my take on it. On this show, we have done a lot on the show. We have said a lot on the show. We have unveiled, revealed, opened a lot on the show. Whether we were the very first platform that Joseph Boaga was not inaugurated, we told you what he would do. And he's doing exactly what we told you what he would do. Without being inaugurated, can you imagine we're able to predict that? We're the very first platform that told Fanatikova as a politician that they will go after him. And we're still here to go after him. We were the very first platform to announce to Musa Hassan Belete, the chairman of the CMC, that they plan to go after him. And they went after him. We are the very first platform to announce that they will go after Alexander Cummings. And they will go after him because Cummings people will jack. And when the jet will go after him, they will jet him. We're saying it today. The only way to not go after him unless they inject. But I know they will check because they will react. They don't understand something. When you tell them the thing they know, you think politics are knowing both. You got to be street smart too. You got to understand the man we're dealing with. But that's aside the point. The reason I'm saying this is because Fanatic Kofa might have been one of the guys that got into the mess that we're in today. I agree with any Liberian I say. Fanatic Kofa is no hero. Fanatic Kofa is part of the corrupt group of people. Fanatic Kofa is a crook. And Fanatic Kofa is sweet for him what he's going through. Let me tell you, it's sweet for him. It's sweet for him, and I stand with the people who dealing with Fanatic Kofa. Yeah, I do. Because Fanatic Kofa were there to enjoy we had in time. A deputy speaker with the speaker that used to pass around holding and talk about decora, talking a bunch of foolishness. That guy from Maryland, what do you mean? What that guy from Maryland mean? That corrupt one from Maryland, Mr. Decora.
Over Chimo?
Buffer Chimo. There you go from Maryland named Buffer Chimo. You see where? But he not there again, but let me go sit there and read about it. The reason we are pointing this thing out is because it still does not take away the fact that Fanatic Kofa is pointing out these things. If a criminal comes to me and tell me, say, the people get planned to hurt you or the people get planned to kill you, I will take it seriously because I know he knows exactly what's going on. The only reason I'm acknowledging Fanatic Kofa on this issue is because Fanatic Kofa is on the inside. He knows what's up. Whether he uses it as political revenge or he wants to come back politically, he want to be relevant, I don't care. I care about the information. Me, I like information. And when I find out that information is factual, I respect you for the information you provided. That's why I respect Yege Koluba a lot. That's why Yege Koluba is my ball. What Fanatic Kofa is pointing out to must be looked at by the Liberian people. This government, Joseph Boakai and his group, the thing that Ellen started, the one that it will do to you, if you're not staying up, it will be worse. These guys are also serious selling the entire nation. The alarm is blown and you guys overlooking it. You're passing around celebrating 3-day visa and you get even your phone to go for the interview. You get a photo, even pay for the visa fee. You're passing around celebrating 3 years extension, 1 to 3 years extension. When you have no, if God forbid you were to apply today, if you even qualify, which you will not, I can tell you that straight up. You don't meet the requirement to come to America. They're not trying to bring broke people to America. They're not trying to get a visa to plebeians. Donald Trump is not giving visa to inconsequential people. So you passing around celebrating 3-year visa, and you're basically made yourself go on Facebook. The one that interests you is this Nigerian guy that coming to Liberia. That one black business that I want you to pay attention to. That your interest there. You're not taking it serious. You're bouncing around. When Joseph Boakai issue on your, come there and stay with Joseph Boakai. I want you to let Joseph Boakai know how much Ellen collect. Anyone making no say when it comes to power, they were going to go after Ellen. What happened? We stay waiting. I thought Ellen Johnson said was a wicked witch. I thought she was a criminal, that she was a corrupt person. All the people that you made, you're in power now. I thought Musa Belede did not pay for the road fund money, and Musa Belede will be arrested, and Musa Belede will do that. Where is he now? Musa Belede passing around dating you every day. And I stand with him though. Just so you know. I stand with Musa Belede. Anybody who expose you, I stand with that person. I'm in full agreement with that person. So we are bringing this conversation back. This ordeal that they gave into this Nigerian guy. You're joking with it. Those boys are ready to steal and break down anything that has to do with income in our country. If you're think a joke, the Nigerian guy will show your pepper. But Mr. Kane, I'll leave it with you.
Yeah, so Steve, let me just say this to this person called Ralph B. Johnson. If this is the first time here, we don't use F4 on our platform. You can disagree with Steve or anybody. We don't use the F4 here. So this will be, since this is your first offense, this will be a warning for you. Don't say it again. Don't use F4 on this platform again. If you do, then definitely we'll restrict you from writing. We know what we can do. We might not remove you from following or seeing what we're talking, but we will disable your ability to write. We'll say anything on here. We don't want to do that. We don't censor people. Yeah. So we don't want to do that. So don't do that. When you come here, you can disagree. You can disagree with Steve. You can say you lie. That's not true, but you don't use F4. If you do that,
I'm looking at you with my leg or have an ego eye. You don't even know. But I don't like you on about it.
Whoever the person is, we don't want anybody to do that. Yeah. So if you are coming here to say we're going to come to say they 12-year thing. They're not speaking to us. We hear it doing CCT that we're going to be talking for 12 years. But we talk for 12 years,
But they started with 24. They started with 24.
24 years.
Exactly. This is our 24, Mr. Cannon. From 24 to 12, from 12 to
and they started on the 12. They don't want to stop begging that
so now,
over the 6.
Now they say they're going to even do the 6. What happened? The president was rushing to go concede before even the election finished. So,
John Smith.
Don't worry, John Smith, don't worry.
So we shouldn't do that. I mean,
we'll put you that where he was.
I mean, Steve, what you were saying, you're 100% right. We have to stand for the people who really mean well for Liberia. Whether people listening or not listening, we have to do the right thing. We have to do the needful. Like you rightly put it. The cartels are against anybody, whether you are in government or outside of government, they are against anybody who will speak truth to power, who will be preaching to do the right thing. Steve, Liberia was a different country. Let's forget about Musa Belete running for president or forming different party or whatever. Let's forget about all of that. If Musa Belete was standing to audit the House of Representatives, they've been using $380 million in the past few years. Just 100 people. The whole country is suffering. They have used $380 million in just a few years. Other people can afford to send their children to school. If somebody is standing up to say, you know what we are doing to the Liberian people right now is not fair. Let's audit ourselves. Let's show transparency. Let's reduce our salary. The car we're getting every 3 years, if we put our money together, that one can provide ambulances for the country. Pregnant women will not have to get on hammer or motorbike or walk to go to hospital. Let's not do that. The people voting for us. Let's celebrate, let's respect them for what they give us by making sure that we audit ourselves, we show them what is good, and we give them what is good. But yet, how can Liberian people themselves are not waking up to say, you know what? Not follow this guy, not follow whatever they may be saying. Let's demand from our lawmakers. Every constituency in Liberia, send out tell the lawmakers, say whatever they may ask you for, if you don't do it, we'll go against you. Definitely, I bet you will happen. But you are right. These things, the diplomacy will go through, They will continue to fight. They will continue to do what they've got to do. But until Liberian people can get ready, none of these things will happen. You're 100% right. None of it will happen because they're not afraid. In fact, they had the nerve to tell you as a lawmaker, my man, you come here, you will tell your own. We're not come here for what you're talking about. We come here to make our own money. And our people are happy with it. So now they can come to all, we get a copy, we get a transportation, we pay for school fee, we get some medical fee, they're fine. So you don't come now, they'll make you look like a bad person. Imagine if Funate Kofa was removed for the idea of auditing the House of Representatives. If that was the reason Funate Kofa was removed, and the vice president calling Mr. President say, my man, if you don't move from the Funate Kofa business, the rule of law business, if you don't leave it, that your business you do with China Union will take it from you. And we're taking from him. The people, they were not outraged, Steve. They were not outraged by that. They were not angry by that. They're removing somebody because they want to audit the House on behalf of the Liberian people, in the interest of the Liberian people. And they were not outraged by that. They didn't stand up for that. I don't know what will happen in Liberian people will stand up, Steve. So you're right. Until they can get to the senses to say, you know what? Whoever standing up for them, we should supplement their effort. We should join them to fight against those who are being, stealing from our country, destroying our country. Will not go anywhere until they can get ready to do that. They will be in cycle. So I couldn't agree more with you, Steve.
Well, the only thing that will solve that problem right now, because serial money country are rising up, serial money people are standing up. Enough got to be enough. I mean, I was sitting the other time as a kind of, and I was thinking, just imagine if you have a child that's 18 years old. Just imagine what 18 years mean. But not only that, but let's just think about 24. Your child or your child or children reach the age 24. Do you know what you've done on earth? You know how many people have children, God forbid, and they all reach the age 18? Think about 18. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, you gave United Party 12 years of your life, nothing changed. You gave CDC another 6. That's 18. And you turn around and you come and give United Party another 6. That's 24. Your life has not changed. You stay carrying water to go flush your feces or your toilet.
Yeah.
Mosquito, you can't get fed in drinking water. And it can tell you, say it's time now for you to change things around. That thing can tell you that your children can born and suffer the same way you suffer. It's okay you suffer because you went through the war or you came from wartime. But the second thing I think about your own children's future, so your own life don't matter. Like you might be celebrating Joseph Boakai children passing around, enjoying, flying private jets. You might be celebrating Young Kanga children in America. You might be celebrating Dylan's son in America. They can come America anytime they want. You might be celebrating Richard Kuhn, them building homes, and other people living luxurious lives. Like you might be celebrating your child to the phone, then your child can pick up the same struggle that you've been in to be clapping for politicians. And it can make sense to you when we talk about your vest. Yeah, that's the way. You'll be there for 24. Hey, look, you won't get United Party or CDC another year, 6 years again, guess what? It will be 30. And your life going beyond. We here. So let go away. Let's see who will make there. Let's see who there. Banjo your children future. Banjo your children.
So my question to you now. If the people of Liberia fail to stand up for themselves, when would the leaders see the need to say, you know what? Most of our people are traumatized from the war, from the 14-year civil war. Most of our children now, they are involved in drugs. What we need to do is to actually look out for them, even though they can't help themselves. When we're going to have leaders like that, Steve, that will be standing up for the people. Say, indeed, for all indication, they're proven not to be making good decisions on their own behalf. When will leaders be ready to make those kinds of decisions to say, you know what, our people, they need help. Because some people are even giving up. They're even giving up. They don't even vote anymore. They don't vote. If you look at the country, less than 50% of the country can vote. So what really should happen to make these leaders to say, you know what, we have to stand up for our people, Steve, instead of, using them, taking advantage of the gullibility of the people.
So, Mr. Okane,
Yeah.
let me say this. And maybe you can go check the record. You can go check history. The only time this thing will happen, the only time the leaders will come to power, I don't care who it is, whether you decide to, you want to get Joe power, you want to get Joseph Yuma Bwaga power, you want to get Musa Belito Cummins, Tawan Gonglo, whoever you want to get power, the only way they will take you serious as a people until you stand up to them. Let me say this. The reason why you see United Party came and they're doing worse than CDC did is because when CDC were there, the Labron said they will hold their heart for 6 years, 2023, they will vote Joseph, they will vote Joe out. Look, the third law of Sir Isaac Newton is an interesting law. It's not only interesting as a law, but it's also interesting as reality, that to every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. In Liberia, there is no equal and opposite reaction from what I've seen when it comes to politicians. I'm not sure if the politician using medicine on them or they are naturally just timid. They can't get to the point where they can stand up for themselves. But Mr. Kane, until the Liberian people can stand up against politicians in Liberia, the politicians will continue to use them. I will say again, that standing up, if it has to be so severe disobedience, if it has to be you going to those politicians in homes one by one, bringing them outside, and look, it has to be disobedience, period. When you send that message across, the next person that will take power will understand that if I fool around with these people, the thing they did to the other guys, the way they handle the other guys, they will handle me. So I will behave myself. I will do what is right. At this stage of our lives, there is no level of intellectual talking. There is no level of coming and pampering the Liberian people or pampering government that will make government to be nice to the Liberian people. No way. I'm telling you, because these guys are equally on the path of who can steal by the friend, who's corrupt by the friend, who will save more money just in case I don't come to power anymore. I can have something to survive on for the rest of my life. That's why they're on. That's the mission they're on. They don't own. Let me do something to benefit the people's life so that today or tomorrow, when I'm older, at least I don't have to fly to, if I don't have money to fly to Ghana for treatment, there will be hospitals here. There will be medications here. Food will be here. Or the farmers will be able to provide cassava or plenty for all to eat. They're not on that path. The path that they are on is to secure wealth for themselves and their children. So in order to disrupt that, the Liberian people must stand up. I'm saying savor disobedience. It doesn't matter how you want to be savor disobedient. What matters is you must be savor. You must disobey these guys. You must prove to them that you are not fools. Until that can happen, Mr. Cannon, nothing will change. Let them go pray. I challenge them, let them go pray. Let them go fast and see if it will change. Nothing will change. Let me say this today. Let me say this thing, because this part can be interesting. If you were to elect Josh Alexander Cummins, even if you were to elect Musa Hassan Belete, they might replicate, let me say it again here on the show, they might replicate what the other people have done, because they saw that the other people came and the Liberian did nothing. So when you have lack of accountability, Mr. Kane, I can go stand in line vote for you, Mr. Kane, and you misbehave. I can call you out, or I will call you out, because you wasted my time. I empower you to be where you are. You're supposed to be of a service to me. But
so you're saying this culture will continue. The only way it can change, unless the next person uses their own inner conviction, dignity, and honesty. But if they say, if it's about the people, they won't care, because it will not do anything anyway. It doesn't matter what you do, good or bad, they will not stand up for themselves. So it's up to you the leader to do what is right for them, as opposed to they holding you accountable. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying the opposite.
Okay.
I'm saying we don't have to wait for the next person to come. The Labrador people needs to set the guardrails, and say enough with what Joseph Boakai has done for the past 2 years, all the corruption, all the stealing, the irresponsible traveling. It needs to stop. So that even if they decide to vote somebody else after Joseph Boakai, that person consciously will understand that what the guys did this past few days, I better not fool around. Because if I fool around,
so I got that point. So my question to you was, based on what you just said, in the absence of these actions that you described, holding them accountable, any other leader that will come thereafter, they will not see the need to do what is right, except from their own inner conviction and belief system and honesty for the people. But it's not going to be done. It's not going to do the right thing simply because the people holding them accountable. Because you already set the stage that it's okay. It's always good to do what is wrong, and you go with impunity, unless that person is somebody who uses their own inner conviction to say, you know what, this is not what the people deserve. This is what they deserve.
No, we're saying two different things. What I'm saying is, if the people take action now, it will be a clerical message to whoever takes over next that you will not fool around. You will forget about your inner conviction. Because what if they don't?
Listen. So my question is, let's say now the status quo remains. The people, change nothing. Everything remains the same. Then somebody, the next person come that is not Joseph Boakai or Joe Weah, whether it's Musa Berete, Commies, or what you need, the other political leaders and others. So that means the fact that the country is accustomed to not holding leaders accountable, you don't expect any of those leaders to change to do the right thing, except when they have their own conviction to do the right thing, because they will not feel obligated to do the right thing because you fail to hold the other people accountable. Is that what
most definitely? So that's my point.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is my point. And guess what?
The only way they can do good unless from their own inner conviction and understanding to say, you know what, I can do this, but not because of the Liberian people really want it, or not because they're showing desperation to say, you know what, want the right thing to be done for us. That means they are the one. The one that's setting the stage for them to be treated the way the leaders be treating them. They are the one.
But there will be no inner conviction, because even if you had that inner conviction to do what is right, the people around you, the system around you, the culture around you will kill that inner conviction and motivation. So that means even your inner motivation or conviction will become demotivated, because there is a society, there is a culture around you. Let's say, for example, even if you were to bring Musa Hassan Belete to be president today, the reason why Musa Hassan Belete might not be effective is because the people that he might bring around was about when the other men stole millions. Nothing happened to it. It might not be Musa Belete directly or Cummins directly, but some coming over and say, my man, you know that man I help you to come to power. If the Liberian people stand up right now and say Joseph Boakai, all the people, for example, Sktv-Lib, get all kind of funny laws around with Chinese people and funny things going back and forth. Do you know that Joseph Boakai was a serial man for two? Sktv-Lib should be on suspension right now, administrative suspension. Do you know that? But I know he can do it. You know how I know he can do it? Because when Mo Ali came out and told a girl on a recording that she should have bought the baby while he was serving as a Secretary General, Joseph Boakai took no action. So it tells me, from a psychological standpoint, that he will repeat the same thing, that he is a man who cannot hold people accountable. No, everything you see the people then doing, talk about the fire they want. That's not Joseph Boakai firing me, people. That Joseph Boakai does not have it in him to fire. No, he does not. So the reason I'm saying these things is because we have lived Joseph Boakai, what he has done. He does not have that in him. Look, let me tell you something. Joseph Boakai is a scared man. He does not have the guts and the balls to take any kind of decision as a leader. No, he's just been opportune to be in leadership position. but he does not have the capability and the ability to take any kind of strange decision. So if Alexander Conde were to come to power today, people who are in his proximity, because the Liberal people have not shown him an example that when he does this, this will happen to his government. Guess what will happen? When people in his proximity still to, guess what will happen? They will come and defend it too.
So
that's
one lawmaker told me an hour ago. So when I'm talking to the person, our invitation coming to Sktv, the person said, the only reason I come to the Sktv there because of Steve. I said, why? He said, because I let away make I told the truth. He said, he said, you man, you used to tell the truth when you become a politician.
Yeah, because when you start playing politics, not too long, Mr. Kana.
They're scared to talk, so because you don't want your party to be mad at you, or you don't want certain people to be mad at you. Now you're not like saying, you never come to your show now because of Steve.
Yeah, but the person may be right. But anyway, that's it.
No, let me tell you this, Steve. I'm bringing this up because as Steve was speaking, I'm getting some text messages from certain people that I didn't even know were watching the show, to be honest with you. Certain people that I never believed that they were watching the show today. But again, the person is saying that, you're not understanding, Steve is saying the truth. I said, you again?
Yeah. So Mr. Kana, let me tell you, last night that the chairman myself, we even lecture on this last night. I was talking about T-shirt and my I posted.
We were not a T-shirt. Wait. We were not a T-shirt. Let me tell you the truth. You were not a T-shirt. That music I saw, I heard behind that thing. Be careful. Yeah. So yes, you were so weird. Don't say T-shirt. Jalo
let me tell you, team, man. What a T-shirt or coffee shop.
But Jalo can play that kind of music there. Jalo know how to play that kind of music there, yeah. And I can shake our sleeve. You see that?
My man, wait now. So the deacon went somewhere under the T-shirt.
The deacon was chilling bigly. Like a big ball.
I was to the T-shirt, my husband, I'm a T-shirt, some garage, where we usually go to the T-shirt when they were we're talking. But Mr. Kana, actually today, I think you people got to make sure that they deacon go to church. Because all these things that you're saying today, all those while on the show, I've been saying these things. That Mr. Kana, no matter who you change, no matter who you bring, no matter who come in at the end of the day, Liberia, if that leader don't have that heart and say, okay, send our people, some been using them like football and stay there, stay the same. Let me change things like what happened in Rwanda. Or until our people themselves stand up and say, send George Weah government cancel 3-day free course. And this government, they fool us, or they said to us that in fact that when we gave them the power, they will bring our 3 days free course back. And up to now, there is no here and tell about our 3-day free course. We will stand up. Or our data, or our salary harmonization that have been done. That's the only way that we'll move forward, Mr. Kana, or else we will continue to swim in this cycle. And that's why some of our colleagues, some of our friends, some of our brothers and sisters who don't have that strong heart, that one they could have gave up because they feel that, but we're coming to abuse my opportunity when I know that maybe even when we bring John Brown, he will not change things. So Mr. Kana, for me, that's the thing.
So I think we should since today is Saturday, let's open the line.
Yeah, there's a kind of open the line.
Yeah. After we'll open the line, after everything, then we can have some time to come back to close it. Because you know what, sometimes some people can have some concern or questions, and we don't have enough time right after they are called, then we don't have enough time to even address them. So I want us to open the line while we have some time, so we can come back later on and clarify and set the record straight on some of the misinformation or confusion they may have.
Sure, but let me can I make a quick statement before we go to the lines, please?
Yeah.
Let me say this today. It will shock you guys, the thing I'm about to say. Most of the lawmakers, maybe 99.9% of them, they want to do what is right. Let me say again. 99.9% of the lawmakers want to do what is right. They are not corrupt. But you know what? They have never been held accountable. Look, when you hold people accountable, especially at that level, it creates the momentum, the enthusiasm, it creates a natural feeling that they got to do what is right, even when people are not there. That's why it's important for you to hold people accountable, even people that you love. I just want to make this statement before we go to the
but Steve, see, that invites a question.
Sure.
Why would motivate the Liberian people to stand up for themselves and do what is right, to hold their leaders accountable?
So
what should happen? Because everything that's going to really motivate them, everything that's going to create that feelings within them have happened. A lot of things happen, and they're not making any progress.
So, Mr. Kane, this will sound a little different and strange, but let me say this. The current lawmakers and maybe few lawmakers back then understood and understand one thing today, that if you keep the people in poverty, they will become subservient. Let me start using B word, my woman and listening to me. They will serve you, they will come down to your level, they will chase you. So what they have done from a strategic standpoint is to agree and conglomerate to keep the people suffering, so that the people come to them to beg them, see them as saviors and redeemers, so that they can hold them accountable when that time comes. However, now they get uncomfortable when you and I come in public like this and start to create this fairness and open the eyes of our people by telling them that these guys are eating your future, eating the future of your children. So they become uncomfortable. So the politicians now will not like me and you, but it will not be right now. It will take time, because they see where how soul can count your foe, and they see where you can heal. So it will take time for our people to grasp the message, but eventually we are on the right path to educating them, empowering them, informing them. Sometimes they might not like the words that we use when we are educating and informing them, but it is reinforcing the message. It is reinforcing the message. And it will hold. There might be this group that it will stand against. It could be this group. But when that thing catch, we ourselves will probably beg for somebody lawmakers. I want to say it will take time, but it will get a message.
Yeah, so Steve, thank you so much. I just want to say this to our followers. Those of you who are following us on the YouTube, I want to say thank you, because Steve, you can't believe there's a huge surge in our followership on the YouTube. I was just looking at it. Yeah, so on the main screen right now, we're seeing 1,000 plus people, right? But Facebook people are not seeing all of those things, because most of the people there too, that most of the people that are watching us on the YouTube, Facebook people are not seeing those things. So I want to say thank you to everybody watching on YouTube. I noticed that the show can be very good when you watch them on your TV screen. So a lot of people using the TV screen to watch us on YouTube. I want to say thank you to everybody following.
On TV right now?
Yeah, you're on TV right now.
Yeah,
you go where Barcelona share come on TV. Yeah.
Maybe on a small TV, you get me. I talk about big TV, man.
Oh, my young man, forget. So, Mr. Kane, to that question quickly, it's because of politics. Let me just say that to that question, it's politics, and the way the politicians, the way they do the politics has divided the people, even to the extent that religious people, everybody now into politics here and there. So it's because of politics, Mr. Kane. But again, like what Steve stated, it will take time. And myself, I can join you, Steve, to say that yes, maybe 1 or 2 or maybe 3 generations from now on, Liberia will change. For me, now I can tell you, but it's not a kind of bunch of corrupt generation that always selling their vote, so looking for political party to go to and get money, to get rich, to do this, to do that. No. But let's go ahead, Mr. Can I know anything before we go to the line? Steve, any other thing before we go to the line quickly?
Yeah, no, I don't want to laugh. What Steve said. Steve said, so still ask the question whether you're on TV. So you're on TV now.
Yeah, that's it.
So one of my picking, in Minnesota, Lasso's son. Lasso's son went and watched the father watching us on the TV screen. So he said, Daddy, so Uncle Zeko got TV? You watch Uncle Zeko on TV? Said, wow, but Uncle Zeko that female. So that reminds me of, when Steve said, so I want TV now, you want TV?
You want TV? Yeah.
So go ahead, baby.
07702033125. That's the number to call this evening. Have your say on all of the talking points here this evening, please. Move straight to the point and draw the confrontation. Today's caller, good evening. David King, good evening.
Good evening, Neighbor, and everything going to the rest of the panelists. You see, Neighbor, Joseph Boaga will get to understand the Liberian people. Like I said the other day, the only move that Joseph Boaga has gotten from the opposition community for the last almost 2 years now, that only move is over. It is not like this. When in 2018, they came out with $16 billion getting missing. All this thing was done because of lies, because they felt that our people are gullible in this country. They want to deliver our people, they will always run on it and treat them the way they are treating them. But some of us, our eyes are open. But we will say to them that similar thing was put on show in a referendum by former President Weah. The law, who at the time was the moral boys around here, said to Liberia that John Weah was sitting for 10 days. So they should not vote for such a referendum. So Musa Benete put in such a thing. So, like people said, those things will not be passed by the office of speaker that we have. The entire law will be the same legislature with the exception of few people there. The whole thing there, they are rubber stamp. And because Jonah Burger feels that people are not telling us, he shouldn't have a free ride.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, David King. That's your call. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, Neighbor.
Yes, go ahead, my brother.
This is the voice of the Commonwealth Chairman and Peter actually was so good to show. I want to say thank you to you guys for this wonderful conversation this evening. I agree with Steve. I agree with all what he has said. But yes, the interesting thing quickly. Why I agree with him, but there are some responsibilities. We Liberians have stood up before. I can tell you, I've been here, I have two occasions, I'll not tell you the spot. So the question that is in our mind that is making us skeptical of standing up for what I'm afraid to, but what is making us skeptical is what next? Because tomorrow,
hello, today's caller. Don't describe your police officer in a phone. Yes, go ahead, my brother. Good evening.
Yeah, Mr. Lorenzo Bado, once again.
Thank you for joining us, man. Dear, go ahead.
Yeah. Maybe you people get into what my mind wants for this country always. See, you just mentioned about 3 days.
Yes, 3 days.
We Liberian people, we are not telling what we're supposed to stand for. We are not doing that. So our leaders, they will continue to do things that will continue to push us to the wall. And tomorrow, things will happen that's what will happen. It is what our leaders are continuing to do to us. The only way the country will get better, as long always to say, we have to stand. We Liberians will have to stand against some of the things these people are doing to us. We will not continue setting what all of our neighbors around here, what we are setting in this country, my brother. Under our leadership, the past and present leadership, what we are setting for them, our neighbors around can never accept it from their leaders. That's the reason why our leaders, they don't have no fear for us. Our leaders don't have no fear for our neighbors. No fear. For example, you look at the speaker talking about buying or vehicles for servers. We take our money to buy for them. So that's what things can go on in this country. Like I don't know how to describe it. How it's taking us to be in this modern era.
All right, thank you. Until you stand up, maybe until you get good leaders. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor. Thank you for your conversation. Getting up to the police is not an issue. police got pepper spray, they got guns. We too will not get gun, we get pepper spray. So when we stand up and get pepper spray, all the leaders are guns. What next is the question we want to answer to. If we're going to get a leader or answer, then what next? So we'll be very happy. Some of us really, we are here looking at all of these things, all the bad things, that the extension of the mentality deal with is not good for Liberia. That around deal or deal is not good for Liberia. For the extension of this country, they take easy our future, and they still want to stay there. They don't people tax free deal, like the people are coming to for some years, they will not be paying tax on government, and they'll be working in Liberia, they'll be training Liberia. Those are all bad deals. They don't tax or retail they gave them for, they were not free. They gave them money and they used it as children. But the money they gave them is not going to economy. Two group of class, they never do it. Those are all bad things. But when we sit out of that, when they are gone, they'll use their better spray. And somebody else, when they come to spend the character, they don't even know about what the man when you come to.
All right. So, Charles Cooper, Charlie, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mabon.
Yes. Where do you stand? We stand up, or maybe one day we should keep praying, and one day we'll get good leader.
Mabon, let me tell you, the kind of leaders we have are the kind of people we are. Our leaders will not change if we, the people, do not change. Mabon, what you get after election is what you put in before election. The way we continue to vote in this country, Mabon, the yardstick we use our voters to vote leaders into leadership will not help this country to move forward. Mabon, someone said, if you cannot stand for something, you will fall for everything. That's why you see today our country is falling for everything. In our country, it's not about serving the country, Mabon. It's about selling the country cheap, or it's about stealing from the country. And we, the voters, too, are the one encouraging this thing, Mabon. We have provided education, we have given quality upon which people vote the leaders. But in Liberia, Mabon, people vote leaders because they are of the same tribe. People vote leaders because they buy them paper top. People are bear trucks from their district because they receive $20. So the voters themselves encouraging the corruption. So that's why you see the corruption continuing in leadership. So if we cannot change, Mabon, the leader will not change. So just a simple analysis about election.
All right, Charles, thank you. Keep your calls coming 0770203125. That's the number for you to call this evening to be part of the Sktv show, the Saturday edition, November 1, 2025 edition of the Sktv show. Those of you also on the WhatsApp, you can also call us. But again, 0770203125. Where do you stand? Stand up, or let's continue to pray until someone will say Judgment Day, because the politician, they will continue. And someone said maybe what are the police in there. But I think if the people who also voted the government stand up, I think even the police, they will also want to drop arm, because they will be thinking that, oh yeah, if the people that even gave us the positions, if they can stand up, that means no need for us to even fight anybody, or for us to even respond maybe in a negative form. But again, keep your calls coming. 0770203125. That's the number to call this evening to be part of the Sktv show, or better say on the WhatsApp number is also there. Those of you who are watching, you can see there, and on our stream, you can also call on the WhatsApp, and you also be part of the show. Okay, someone is saying, yeah. Anyway, good. All of us, we are here, but I don't know what about the team members they go for. So we keep voting. Yes, where are we? We keep voting. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, how you doing?
Oh, okay, that's great. I'm okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm already calling. I'm calling you therefore. We just have to pray for this country.
Okay.
I can't all the leaders are getting that they are just receive the whole of money for the family. Packet it go. You only need to pray. That's all I can say.
We only need to pray. Thank you so much. The 3-day free call's gone, and some of you will talk about voting. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mabon.
Yes, go ahead.
Mabon, thank you for that question, baby. Once again, our baby family. And during the discussion for Omega Market, the first chapter. Later on, you see, ordinary voter these factor. Because, just look at the CDC and the Unity Party, not to compare it. The Unity Party is far older than the CDC, but still the kind of progressiveness that CDC has in this country in every sector. When it comes to human capacity development, when it comes to infrastructure development. This is why we some of our CDC goes for one party that is progressive. Are you expecting Unity Party is progressive when somebody who is serving as president today, this person admitted that the squander opportunity meant for Liberia? You see that progressive style there? That's not a progressive, it's not a good style for the country. Then you go and put such a man to be president. Why you would expect? You see, we expect it for social development. What kind of progressiveness you see in this? Yes, I'm very frustrating, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let me go to in fact, to the line and tell my water. My water, good evening. All right, I think she having some network issue. But again, keep your calls coming to 0770-203125. Let's hear from you Liberians. You know, we've been discussing so many issues, especially the one that have to do with the kind of change that you think you want. Because mind you, 2023, 2022, 2021, there are a lot of you that were talking about the data issue, the this and that. Yes, my water, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, that's great.
Let's go through your continue to educate us on the language. What we play new people. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, man. Want to keep a calls coming to 0770-203125. I'll take more calls. I'll lead here from our people here this evening. I know there are a lot of you who are already frustrated because, man, you also voted. Sometimes you go to the pool for so many reasons. There are people who, quote unquote, they were thinking that maybe through the free calls going to, come back. But unfortunately, some of them, yeah. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Okay, keep your calls coming 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call and be part. Yes, the politics in our country is getting interesting day by day until we keep chinching. Yes, my dear, good evening. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us.
My name is Daniel from Johnson.
Hello, my dear, go ahead.
Your country will never change. One day they will never change. Thank you very much. Thank you for educating us. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. We hope and pray that yeah, for some of us we have the hope that one day, even if not us, our children, they will come here and do better. At least. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Yes, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us. Yeah, go ahead. All right, for me, I won't stand up for anything. The keep a call scam is 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call this evening. That be yes, that talk is better than war. Yes, man. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
For me is that every day people come on the radio and talk I'm feeling making my mind, feeling on my mind that I will not every time I imagine I will fall my sleep. Just to go be the first, so I can go for quick and come back to do my work. Then I cannot benefit anything. No, I will not for any country. When I was talking, we study stationary school in many parents to buy in the school. Our own thing and the shop we can buy. As I tell you right now, my children myself going to school we're not happy our here. Anything they want to do it.
Well, it's not easy.
That's a bad attitude.
Yeah. People are really feeling frustrated with their vote because people campaign. Oh yeah, the 3-day free cards gone. We will bring it back. You come back. Look, yeah, the politician will be telling you just in a joke. You're going to be thinking that in front of hear them. But I will take few more calls 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call. Call in quickly. If not, then we'll move straight to our team of panelists. Even though more just joining us, more, yeah, I think the other group, I don't know whether they go for break, but you just joining us and you've been listening, following all of the conversations. But what say you?
Well, I didn't follow the conversation because I was expecting your feedback from you. You told me the weather was bad in Liberia and you wasn't sure. Only later, after you were going to give me a call, but lately I just followed the link. I saw the link in my inbox. Like by the time the show was more than an hour and a half going to.
I'm sorry for that.
Because but that's okay. We do what we got to do on next week. You know, I listen to our people are more than frustrating, and most of them have a legitimate reason. The one thing I will admonish them is you cannot throw in the towel. You cannot think that everything is lost. And that is the reason more than or 750,000 people in Liberia will choose not to participate in an election. They believe that some of the folks they have respect for that claim to be elderly statesmen and state women, when they come to power, they end up doing the same old thing. And we don't need prayers. We just need a change of attitude. You need something called the spirit of nationalism. You got to put your country first no matter what. You need something they call righteous anger. And you cannot keep doing the same old thing and expecting different results. That's all you need. Prayer is not going to help you. Because even the Bible says God believes in government. After government, before you go to God, it says give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar and give to God what belongs to God. So God is government is the direct representation of God on planet Earth when it comes to authority. So the idea that because they were let down, so we can blanket everyone. No, they got people there who will do better. You just need to open your eye and see it for what it is. They are there. Not one, not two. We got a bunch of individuals in that country.
But more to that, maybe saying you are not following. Steve also, in fact, Steve brought about this. I think it was Steve or Mr. Cunning that no matter maybe how many elections that we go through, with the kind of a terrible system that we have today, that our leaders they are refusing audits, even though some of the audit reports are all on the decks of our president and so forth. But there have been no persecutions. It's almost like the same thing over and over, and our people they are frustrated. So what we're discussing as to, or in fact we were talking about, which way do you think more will better the life of our people? Standing up, or they should wait for the same politicians? Because mind you, more even if you bring Mr. Cummings there, that we've been saying, you bring the Musa Asambelete, you bring all of the rest of the other team members, maybe who haven't tested any power yet or more. But the system is polluted, the system is rotten. So which way?
That's why we said from the beginning, if we want to be logical in making progress, we will still have to make a choice because we are a democratic society. We must go to election, we must stay in line and cast ballot. That's something you cannot get rid of in Liberia. And that's the legalized path that I subscribe to. But the question is, our argument is you cannot consider the people that have already failed. You seen it? That's the logic. You need to try something differently. Remember, if you are walking on a road and Sekou, let me give you that. Let's say Sekou was traveling on a lonely path, or path never traveled before, and Sekou went and fell into a ditch. Sekou came from the trip and told Steve, my man, when you go in that direction, there is a pit on our road. And Steve went there and Steve fell. You think you need to do the same thing in order to reach your destination? You just need to avoid the mistake that Steve and Sekou got into. That's what happened to Liberia. Look, I don't have a crystal ball to tell you that, or tell one Gonglo with 10 Liberians around forever, or Simeon Freeman, or Cummings. But the one thing that I can tell you, Unity Party and CDC will never get us there. So what you do, I can roll the dice, whether with a Chairman Billete, whether with a Cummings, whether it's a Clarence Maluba, whether it's a Simeon Freeman, I must roll the dice with someone better or someone extra. And let's see the outcome. Because if we've been trying and been failing repeatedly, why do the same thing? Last time I gave the parable of the two blind men that was sitting at the gate of beauty, right? They said, why sit here till we die? If we stay here, we will still remain blind. But if there is a man out there who is healing people, we might as well go and take our chance. And guess what happened? When they went there, they got healed. That's what Liberia needs to do. We cannot keep testing people that have proven to be a failure. And that's why our people are not comfortable. That's why I say, it takes righteous anger. It takes a change of attitude. They will need to be uncomfortable because when you don't like someone, but you still have to pick them for president, it will make you a little bit discomfort. But I mean, you'll be very, very discomfortable. But at the end of the day, at least you try something better in an attempt to get the right answer. That's all I can say, my man.
Well,
maybe,
yes,
yeah. Let me speak to that quickly. I think I agree with what Monk is saying. Not because we say the system is bad or the people need to stand up means that we need to turn back to George Weah or Joseph Boakai. Once you start doing that also, you've limited yourself. You are now exploring your options. And the tendency for us to go back into the same cycle we exist. And in fact, that has been a major problem. Because we have been electing people that we are comfortable with. I said this to say, you elect George Weah, who came from the Senate. He worked with Joseph Boakai in the Senate. All of them were part of that 66 concession deal in the Senate. You think they know each other? You think all I do you can see on Facebook, George Weah talking here, Joseph Boakai? You think they know each other? They know each other. They know each other. In order for us to make this thing to work, one of the major steps we need to take as Liberians, as part of standing up, is to do the uncomfortable thing and vote for somebody who you're not familiar with, but who has the ability to provide a result with a proven track record. And I can say on the show, we have those options. George Weah does not have track record of changing anything for anybody. When he was in the Senate, he did not do that. He will not do it when he became president. Joseph Boakai, same thing. There are people there that we know, based on the record, that they were able to change something. When you get in dollar, they were able to improve it to $2 or $3. When you put it in leadership, that's what we're talking about. That's what you do. You don't pass around, go back to the same old people, then you turn around and say, oh, you want for something to change, how something will change. So that's the point we're trying to make here. Thank you. We got options, and let's go away from the Unity Party and CDC. I'm not saying seditionists cannot join other people to bring a leader, but this idea that George Weah must come back, Joseph Boakai must come back, you're wasting your time. That bro will go nowhere with George Weah. You can elect George Weah 100 years. He will not do nothing. He doesn't have that capacity, the ability. No, he does not. Thank you.
Wonderful. So, Mr. Kana, we're back after the news, and Mr. Sorry, after listening to our people. And I think, we have also more here who join us. I'm so sorry that saying the link, but yeah, we maybe the communication reaching as soon as possible. So yeah, Mr. Kana, so what say you? Yes.
Yeah, so Melbourne, as always, I want to say thank you to you and the team from 2FM. Mom, my man, we miss you, man. You came a little late.
I came late. I was waiting for Melbourne's signal, but then I think he sent me the link. I was not paying attention to my phone, so I got it late because I wasn't even sure that we were going to be on today. So, but that's good. I mean,
yeah. So what happened? We did not start the right time that we normally start. So I called Melbourne to find out what's going on. So they were having some difficulties technically. But yeah, it's good to be here. And once again, it was a great show. Melbourne. I think we will have some leaders from the CMC here on Monday. There's a lot going on right now, and we are making progress. We have a lot of good things, and I was told that they wanted to come on the show today, but I got this information a little late. So we don't just bring people like that without consulting with the team or making sure that we have, because we don't want to double program ourselves. Maybe we have somebody plan to come, and without talking to Melbourne, Steve, and Monk, we can't just bring people on like that, regardless. If I think they could have CMC or Choku, it does not operate, Sktv all by himself. So whatever we got to do, we got to follow protocols. We got to follow the way we do things here at Sktv. So yes, on Monday or Tuesday, we'll have one of the leaders, or maybe two of them. Pretty much, I'm thinking that it might be the political leader, Musa Sambelete himself. Also, we will potentially have Fanta also on the show. So it's going to be very loaded because it's going to be a lot of things to be discussed. So we want to say thank you to everybody for following Sktv as always. Like I said earlier, our followership is growing on YouTube. I'm very much excited about that. Those of you following on YouTube, I want to say thank you to you. Let's continue to do what we got to do. Whether it's TMC, Liberty Party, other political parties, I know very well 2029 is not going to be Unity Party. Unity Party is not going to win election. Joseph Parker is not going to run. Joseph Parker is the only man in the Unity Party right now that can get a vote because he received a lot of sympathy votes. Jowia, I don't know, but I'm not sure if Jowia is going to run for president again. I'm not saying I know, but I do. That's my feeling. I don't think he will. But yes, if he does, we don't care. The people can decide to go to Jowia again if they feel that Jowia did very good for them and the country changed, everything changed for them for the better. They want to go back to Jowia, it's up to them. If also they want to go to Jeremiah Kun, who can win any election anywhere else besides Nima Kande, it's up to them. If they want to go to CMC, that is showing them what they can do before even taking power, it's up to them. If they want to go to Alexander Cummings and say, oh, they're my guy, experience in corporate America, he's a good leader, a good manager. You want to go to him, maybe he can transfer that managerial experience to Liberia, and that would be good for Liberia. So be it. But I believe down the line, 2029, it's not going to be Unity Party government. That I have that belief and now. And I think many Liberian people are thinking the same way. Their minds are made up. Unity Party has nothing to offer to Liberia. They have been governed the change twice. One time, 12 years. Now they're having 6 years again. And yet they are proving to have nothing to offer to Liberia that will change the life of our people. Besides rhetorics, government officials are turning to talk show host to play sing for the president. Now we're going to put food on the people's table. People are hungry. People are suffering. And you are there just merry-making, thinking that you are doing great. Saying that we are doing great. Oh, there's no bugger changing Liberia. But you saying it, that doesn't mean anything. Saying it is one thing, but the people are not feeling it. People don't see it. And Liberian people will send you a message way before 2029 that everything else or anything else but Unity Party. Trust me. People are fed up, people are tired with Unity Party. Maybe I just want to make sure we send that message out there. Let it hear it. Never Unity Party. That's a fact. And Liberian people are ready to give them a red card forever and ever. Or they know we call it NTR, right? Never to return.
Yes, and the NTR. But thank you, Mr. Connor. Mark, you just joined us, so I don't know about like we were saying here, and you have been following, and you also chipping in. Yes. So with the issue, I don't know where are you now. Before we go, maybe we can either maybe about 4, 5, 6 minutes of our time before we move to our next program. But what any other thing maybe to your people?
Well, nothing much like what I said. We got to roll the dice. We got to try something new, something different, unlike the traditional El Clasico. The El Clasico is guaranteed not to take us anywhere, even if you were to bet on them for the next 5 election cycle. Nothing is going to change. They say familiarity breeds contempt. When people believe that they are entitled, when you are comfortable, then they are under no pressure to deliver something to you. You know, I give an example on the show. I say, a lion that was groomed in a zoo cannot be king of the jungle because he was in comfort. The zoo is comfortable. He's not in the forest. He's not competing against other animals. So what do you think? Even though he's a lion, so to be king of the jungle, but that lion going to be lazy because he was grown up in a comfortable environment. When you want to grow, when you want to expand beyond your limit, you got to be uncomfortable. And in politics, when they say uncomfortable, you have to vote for people who you are not comfortable with. They are not from your county. They have no tribal affiliation with you. They don't subscribe to your political attitude because these are the people that will be put under the pressure to deliver. They are not traditional. And that's what we need to do in Liberia. That's the only way. Like I said, we don't have a crystal ball to predict the future. But you can see the people. You can see glimpses of people that will give you results. They are not in heaven. They are in Liberia. The only difference is you don't pay attention to them. During national debate, you don't focus on them. You're focusing on the wrong reason. Your tribal line. What make you think of who president will come from your tribe? Look at your tribal history. What is the story of sources there that you voted for somebody just because? Even if you're going to vote for somebody because the president from your county, what make you think it will give result? Because if I'm a Basel man, I will remain a Basel man on their die. So if you're only voting for me on the fact that I'm a Basel man, then it means you're not ready for success. Because I don't need to do anything. I know that for as long as I remain on this earth, I will remain a Basel man. That's not a reason to vote for me. So we got to get away from the two traditional parties. We got to be very, very uncomfortable and do something differently. We got to roll a dice on other political leaders in that country, and there are a lot of them that are giving us glimpses that they will be better than what we are experiencing right now. I will keep making argument until the next election cycle. Until then, I'm not changing my position all day.
I have a question for you and Mr. Cannon, and maybe Steve will also chip in. Mr. Cannon, with all of these things, and these same people that we also talking about, that yes, that we want them at least to be the kind of change that we need. They also sometimes they realign with these same people. What say you? Are we now going to see a new maybe political system where we're not going to see the same people grouping, following? Because mind you, like I always say here, the United Party by them, they were not opposition, but the main opposition joined them and gave them power today. With the same thing happening because CDC just left from power and they claim it to be opposition. So with the other political parties that we see around today that we're all talking about, will they also join them and say, okay, yeah, we are all opposition, let's move. And when you go into the game, if you have more weight, you succeed. If you don't have more, and you lose. So more Mr. Cannon and maybe Steve will chip in, but what say you, Mr. Cannon? Because these are things that really confusing our people.
So here's the thing, Mabon. This is very easy. You know, in Liberia, the president is the one that called the shot in Liberia. If somebody who is of presidential material, you can tell from what they are doing or for what they have done, not only what they have done in their personal life, also in their political life or in their business life. If somebody is non-presidential material, you can also tell. But most of the people, they do their judgment not based on tangibles, not based on history, not based on achievement. They do it based on tribe, country solidarity, or party discipline, but not on what is good for them or based on the history of that person. So here's the thing. If you have a leader, Mabon, a visionary leader, they can think ahead that aligns with current reality. And you can see, based on their record, what they can do. There's no need to go back to what you have already experienced and know exactly that they have nothing. So sometimes having other politicians or political actors being incorporated in other political system, that should not put fear in anybody. The person who's going to lead and the mantra and the policy prescription for that party or that leadership gives you an idea as to how they're going to lead. So let's say, I can say because I need new people in my party, then I'm going to take, let's say, Sekou Kene. Sekou Kene can be my VP. Sekou Kene has no experience, in anything. Sekou Kene got nothing to bring to the table because Sekou Kene is a new person because I want to bring new people. No. You can bring old people. You're not going to go reinvent new people. You're not going to go create new people or somebody going to be born today and bring them to change your party. All you can do, what you're going to present to the people, maybe that's what matters. For example, CMC said, we will not do business as usual. We will not promise everybody this is what we'll do, this is what we'll do for you. We'll do for you before we take power. That's a new thing. So whether or not you are part of the old guys At the end of the day, when you had the opportunity to join the CMC, you know now that CMC want you to do something before you can be considered. And nobody's going to come to CMC simply because you got money or you got S, Y, and Z. Then you'll be given the opportunity to serve as candidate on the CMC ticket from any district or county level. It has to be based on something, on the CMC model of doing things. So, to believe that, oh, because everybody in Liberia, everybody is bad, everybody is corrupt. No, everybody is not corrupt. Presidents that have been leading us for the past few years, whether it's Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, whether it's George Weah or the Joseph Juma Boakai, they are corrupt. That's a fact. And they don't have the leadership in them to fight corruption. They haven't shown anything to say, you know what, we have zero tolerance on corruption. When you do it, we'll take action on you. So other people, they will be, corrupt-minded people, they will learn from that lesson and they will not do it again. So yes, it's not about who is coming on. It's about what policy do you have to implement what you want to do and how you want to do it. Now, how can you make them to change? Not to say, you know what, simply because we think everybody is corrupt, that means we shouldn't trust anybody. At least we have tried other people. We know exactly what they can offer. And we know exactly their limit. We know they have the best they can do for us. Now, why don't you give other people the opportunity who have shown that they can do something better than the ones that we had before? Mom, back to you.
No, Segu just made a brilliant analysis. We are not going to bring new human beings to Liberia, but we can set guardrails that will change the discussion when it comes to the whole issue of governance. And that one challenge I see in the whole Liberian electoral system, those people that register to vote, and for some reason, like I love listening to women. Women can show their emotion when they're speaking, when they for something, The lady who just called, talking about she and her children will go to bed hungry tonight, that they were the first to stand in line. They got 10,000 reasons not to vote in Liberia ever again. But the question is, it's not a solution. They got to keep trying. Can you imagine when you get 2.4 million registered voters and only 1.3 or 1.4 participated? It means the people that stay out of the process alone were more than enough to determine the outcome. And someone got to give them a reason why they will have hope again to participate. That would be the challenge to all the political. I'm not looking for sedition sedition. I know maybe 60% of them way you can bring Jesus that will vote for we are Jesus. But the question is that particular middle, those people that feel that we have been let down on so many occasions, there is nothing for all in the political process anymore. Those are the ones that need to come up. If we're going to defeat the two-party state system, this nonsense that we cannot get past Unity Party and CDC, those are the people that will be given a reason to come and participate. They are the ones Liberia will be counting on because with their vote, that's the only way. And one thing I will tell you guys, CDC will have to make a concession. Intent, because Unity Party already in power. Their goal is to consolidate power and stay there for the longer. Just like when CDC can say 24 years loading, but it tend to a 6 year. If CDC wants for Liberia to make progress, they will have to get past George Weah. If they insist on the George Weah madness, trust me, maybe in a higher probability, Unity Party will stay in power. Because how do you make the argument to the voter? How? That's the question I would like to ask the sedition. How do you go back to the electorate and make the case that George Weah will become better than Joseph Boakai? That's a non-starter. It's not even an argument. We know the outcome. So if anybody, we have to make some political decision on behalf of the country. If you are patriotic, we got to get past George Weah, and there is nothing against George Weah. It's just the reality. That's why I'm saying if you want to get success, you got to learn how to be uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable to love George Weah to death and say, Mr. Weah, we love you all we can, but we just got to do something differently. I can remember in the 2008 election, Bill Richardson, right? The governor for New Mexico, he's a Latino. It was Bill Clinton that gave him a first job in America. He respected Bill Clinton. But when the race came down between Obama and Hillary, he and Bill Clinton, he looked at Bill Clinton and said, my man, you gave me a job. You were the one that made me prominent. He became UN ambassador on behalf of the United States. He said, but something in my heart tell me this is Obama time. So for this reason, with all due respect, my brother, I love you to death, but I'm voting Obama over Hillary Clinton. The whole of America got shot because they watched the Super Bowl together. The picture were on the media. Bill Clinton and Bill Richardson. First job, UN ambassador, Interior Secretary, Governor of New Mexico. But at the end of the day, he said, my man, I know this is very uncomfortable. It will look like a betrayal, but something in my heart tells me that it's Obama time, and he went with Obama. That's what we call political concession. Sometimes you got to be very, very uncomfortable to get results. I'm just giving that example, but that's just why it is. That's all I can say for the rest of the day, guys. Thanks for having me as well.
Well,
yes.
Well, quickly, to answer your question, you know, 2000. I don't know if you're 19.
Maybe on someone asking for that lady number. Sorry, Steve, I'm not trying to interrupt you. I think it's an Afro bleeding. Maybe someone want to.
Yeah, I have to check the calls log. So after job, say hi to me on Messenger. If I get it, then I will send it to you. I have to verify the call.
2000, I think it was 19, when the ANC had a convention in Texas. When they started having a conversation about CPP, I can still recall. And some of you who are in the ANC, maybe you can recall, I was one of the people that said, if Mr. Alexander Cummings joined the CPP, I was not going to openly support him. And one day I'm a man on my word. I don't play like that. When I tell you I'll do it, I'll do it. I tell you I'll not do it. I don't care who's going to do it, who's going to be there, I will not be there. That's what made me a principal, my nigga. So I told them, I said, joining the CPP with Unity Party was going to be a problem for Mr. Cummings. And I still stand what I said to today. It was a very unpopular thing to say. Oh, y'all want to destroy opposition? Y'all want to spoil the opposition? I said, if the Unity Party were joining the CPP, then the Unity Party should come in to help somebody different to be president. Not for Joseph Boakai to lead the face of it. And I was never going to support Joseph Boakai leading the CPP. Never. Because I knew Joseph Boakai history and record. I'm saying today, let me be on the record. I believe anybody who needs to win election in Liberia will have to make some concessions. People will have to join you. And I also agree with Monk and Sekou that you will have to work with the people on ground. You can't invent new people. People not coming from heaven to come and vote or to be part of your party. However, if there will be any agreement, CDC must not lead it. Yeah. CDC, John Weah must not lead it. If John Weah leads it, you're taking the Labrampo back to the same old nonsense that we got with Unity Party. I have nothing against George Weah and the CDC, but the truth is the truth. John Weah has had his term. He messed it up. He screwed up badly and bigly. We must not encourage this nonsense talk of people conglomerating around Joe Weah and CDC that the bigger opposition party. If they're a bigger opposition party, let them go win Unity Party. Let them go by themselves. Let it be clear. Those who have not had the opportunity, let them sit on a table and decide who will be the leader and let them come to a concession. Then maybe they can form an opposition. I think the opposition coming together right now, for me personally, on a personal note, is stay early. Let everybody build a party.
Yeah, go make yourself. Go make your own shuffle.
Exactly. Yes, let everybody make the party and so forth. Don't rush for no time. And if you're coming together, Joe Weah should not lead it. If Joe Weah lead it, I will never support anything I have to do with opposition. Yeah, today. That foolishness we did with Joseph Boakai, what a fool you are. Will not happen this time around. If we will change, we will change. If CDC think that they can come to power, and let me say this, your seditions, multi-banks, buccaneers, seditions that passing around making noise like flags. You think United Party will take power over you? That crap that Joe Weah did, take power over the United Party. You think Joseph Boakai, United Party that I know, will take power to you? No, yeah, you're trying that crap, let us see. You're trying to see. You're small puppets, seditions, who making noise on Facebook, who passing around. You're ready here. You want for to get into what we get into before you're trying. Some of our we clear on the line, and the line here is CDC can do nothing to benefit Labro. Joe Weah does not have the capacity to change anything in Labro. Joe Weah is a mistake. He's a common criminal. John Weah is a criminal and a liar and a joker. He's a booker dancer. You know, go sit down somewhere and take it on himself. And your team will come and sit down to say, oh, opposition, and will kind around John Weah. Let people, let crazy, let swear behind. Oh, you ain't ready yet. That crap, you need the party there and pull that crap. Your team will put it, you'll put that thing on anybody this time around. We inside. Someone will jump party, but they will jump party. It will be too noisy. Folks, have a good weekend, man.
So let me say thank you. Even though Monk left already, but that, you know, for me, I don't want to blow and blow with anything, and these are facts, because sometimes we'll come here, it's better that let our people know all of these things so that tomorrow, because we the one that on ground, and there are a lot of talks, insults, and everything we hear back to back, and these things are glaring. They are not anything that is happening. So sometimes the people themselves will be thinking about, if even I'm supporting this person, but then I'm seeing it on the camp of the other political party that quote unquote that they were against yesterday. How come? So all of these things play a major role. You're not forced to form any coalition with any political party. That's what brought United Party to power today. Because Arizona communists and the rest of the oppositions, they felt that about them, they were not fighting George Weah to remove George Weah. But now they were not even thinking that what's going to happen next. So if you want to be opposition, be opposition. If you have your own political party, you think you're wrong, run your own political party. And if you run your political party, either you win or you lose. If you lose, or if you now go for first round or second round, look, sometimes you're not forced to be into anything. You sit back and allow things to go the way you see it so that your hands can be clean. But you hanky so, Mr. Cannon, that means we are not going anywhere. For me, that's why I was asking these kind of questions, because we've been experiencing this thing for the past almost, I don't know how many years now, all into our elections. We've been experiencing political parties, people from political parties, at the end of the day, they join some of the bigger political parties in the name of getting job today. Even some people today from the ANC, they're not in country anymore. They're ambassadors today. But again, that's the society and that's the country for us. There where we find ourselves, we still fighting for change, and we hope and pray that one of these days that we'll get a change, Mr. Cannon. But another thing before we go and say good night to you, to all of our viewers and all of our followers, and appreciate all of you for joining us on this Saturday. But Mr. Cannon, any other thing?
Yeah, so I was just laughing when I saw some of the reactions from CDC. saying that Steve is the puppet. So it means that puppet comment against her, right? So every day we call the UP people, the small rescue puppets. Yeah, you can be dancing for it. So because Steve said that today, so you're attacking Steve now. It's okay. These words will be used, these terminologies will be used on a lot of different people down the line. It's politics. And don't take politics so serious. Don't form enemy, create enemy for based on politics. We shouldn't do that. We can disagree. At the end of the day, the Ben people will have the ultimate, decision to make. So at the end of the day, I believe, based on tangibles and the different kind of politics the CMC is bringing to the Liberian people, I believe the Liberian people would want to try the CMC to see, you know what? Both CDC and the Unity Party for the past decades are the ones that have been running the country. And Municipality has built more bridges. CMC has done more work than any of them, or even both of them combined. That's a fact. And these are not promises. These are tangibles that are visible, that you can see with your naked eyes. So I believe Liberian people will actually do the needful, try what is good, because you have seen the sample of it. And I believe CMC is that party that will emerge victorious at the end of the day. And one thing I know, there will be some collaboration, some form of unity within the opposition. I don't know who are going to form part of it, but CMC will lead the charge. That I can tell you.
The opposition, what I like about them, for me, Steve, let me know how long my brother.
My man, when you want me to talk? Yeah, you're laughing. I know CDC and one, Joe Weah to be the person, but CMC will lead the charge. Joe Weah or anybody is welcome to join the CMC, or not only that, we are open to working with everybody, but CMC will lead the charge because we are the one that bringing different dynamics to the Liberian political system. So the Liberian people will rather, allow the new, formula to come through. Why? I mean, whether it's Komis, Jawia, and other, political leaders from other parties, we welcome them to bring their idea. We can incorporate them. But CMC will lead the charge because you know what? From now to 2027, the Liberian people will be very clear as to where they want to go. That's a fact. You can know the direction of Liberian people before the election. So we will wait and see what happens. But I agree with Steve. It's too early to even talk about collaboration or any kind of thing right now. That's something that happened that kind of rejuvenated the political life of Joseph Gwajima Boakai. Took advantage of it, of the CPP, and then he left, destroying the CPP, and he went and won the election. So it's too early. The CMC will continue to make her case. CDC wants to come back, and other political parties, we saw Mr. Gomes, and other political parties are making a comeback. At the end of the day, we will know. You don't have to reach the election day. You will see where Liberian people are headed. And from all indications, CMC is the place to be right now. I'm very excited to be a part of that.
Well, Melbourne. Before we go watch it, let me say this. CDC, they're not opposition. CDC, that ruling party, a former ruling party. CDC is not opposition. We need to be clear about the messaging. CDC gave us Unity Party because they feel decimally. We are like the students from UL or LU said the other day that he's a lucky grenade ball, and that's true. I agree with the student from LU. We is a lucky grenade ball. We're not playing lucky TKA again with our country. So y'all little multi-bounds and puppets. Some of you that suppose CDC. Hold on. Let me get my closing statement. I'm not my party coming here, man. Why you fighting?
Because CDC are multi-bounds, and people don't want to like that.
The puppets for CDC. So if your team, you get all the time, bro. Look, if your team will sit down here for you to pull that crap, it will not work. Let me say it from the beginning. We got to draw the line because the puppets are multi-bounds, they're bouncing all around the place. They all around the place, bouncing the flags. We'll take care of you.
Will sue you for using those words without giving him credit.
We said that the chief puppet and multi-band. So we're not worried about him. He don't want a chief puppet and multi-band. But aside from that, I see you'll be fine. Unless you want to be part of the puppets and multi-bands, I want to up to you.
But folks, don't waste my time for what you and Mr. Khan, you'll be accusing me for what reason? You don't want to. You want to.
Folks, the opposition parties are ANC, CMC, LBDP, all the different parties. Anyone that hears CDC, don't call them opposition. They're not. They're puppets, multi-bands, charlatans, small puppets with their lucky grenade ball president. Nobody got time for that foolishness. We're moving the country forward.
Thank you.
Back to that crap. Yeah. Go on. Call a good day.
Yeah, man. We gotta go, man. When we're confusion, having we say yes.
No,
But having we said because you talking about the multi-bands and so maybe you and the man can be,
Yeah, but invite me on the show. The men are the chief multi-band and charlatans and puppet. I'm saying, along with a lot of great about president.
No problem. That's good. But Mr. Khan, let me say thank you to all of you for on tomorrow by God's grace. On Monday, folks, thanks to all of you. We gotta go home now. No more time. Thanks to all of you, man. Sometimes it's good to share form. Yeah, that's the best thing we can do for our life, because if you don't do the thing they call what do you call stroke or stress and so forth. Yeah, I mean, even getting unconfirmed report. There's a video trending on the internet coming from Marshall that someone died from Hong Kong. That's the latest news that I'm getting from Marshall Gibi County. There's a video that been posted by Julius Jet of OKFM that someone died from hunger. So give people food. Those of you out there, give people food so that people can eat. Be a helping hand to people. You know, do good to people. Forget about party politics. It won't help you. It won't take you anywhere. A waste of time. Good night. We see you on Monday. By the grace of the Almighty God, at the end of the day, love Liberia, think Liberia, and build Liberia. Good night.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us here and the premise from there. The work with my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Cleverly, so make you I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes, I know money. And more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Masorada, Lofa, and Grandbaza.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nigeria ya tumale, Sktv, ena Nigeria, Tosi Wakoma ya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Masorada, Lopa, and Grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, Sano to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.